Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the TBL Twitch Battle League Week 10 Team Builders. This is the final week of the main season. We have made playoffs, so we are guaranteed to at least be in the quarterfinals. I will talk a little bit more about that towards the end of this video, so please do stay tuned or forward towards the end. But yes, I will talk about that a little bit in a minute. This week we are versing Heff again, and obviously Heff was who we battled in our very first week. I panicked a lot in that battle. I don't think I really prepped properly. The only thing I prepped for was the Lando T. Like that was all I really prepped for. There were a few more like little bits and bobs, but now I've got a much better draft league format. We are currently 6-3, I think, is what our current standing is, and I cannot wait to have this battle. I can wait to have this battle because I'm actually very scared. The combination of Lando T and Mega Charizard X are absolutely incredible. It destroys my team completely. I only have a couple of counters, and if they go down, then all hell breaks loose. We literally don't have anything. So, on Heff's team, we have Lando T, Tapu Fini, Lucario, Azelf, Delmise, Araquanid, Cofagrigus, Ditto, Zebstrika, Murkrow, and Mega Charizard X. Quite a scary team there. There's Tapu Fini there, which Tapu Fini is again quite a scary mon, a mon that I don't really want to have to deal with, but I kind of do. We have got a little bit of weakness to water, but I have a feeling that he's going to bring just Moonblast on it and Calm Mind, maybe Defog, especially with the Charizard there as well. I think Defog is kind of mandatory on the Fini. Lando T is, again, absolutely terrifying. I really did not know where to start with this thing. You got Lucario, which is a strong physical or special mon. Again, kind of difficult to deal with. Azelf is also there. Azelf last time took me by surprise and did actually manage to really kind of cripple my team, even though it only took the Zangoose that I used. But this time I'm not bringing Zangoose. I've got a little bit of a better strategy, I think. But the Azelf can set up rocks. It can be annoying. I'm not fully expecting it this time. I think last time it did okay, but now that my team is how it is, I don't know if we will see the Azelf. You got Delmise, which again really hurt us last time. Araquanid is a very scary mon. It's very specially defensive. It can set up sticky webs, which can cause issues because quite a lot of my mons do rely on speed. I say that only 2 of my mons rely on speed, but they do rely on having that speed because they are quite frail. Cofagrigus is incredibly bulky, both special defense and defense. I think he's got 105 special defense, 145 defense, and that is just incredible. Really think that's going to be coming this week. We've got Ditto last time, which just came and kind of swept up, cleaned up. Like, they're the same thing. It came in at the last minute and kind of just got rid of my last mon, which I think is completely fair. It seems that Heff does really love his Ditto, so I'm going to be pretty sure that that is coming this week. And then Zebstrika and Murkrow I don't think are coming, and I think we do just have general kind of things to deal with that. And the Megazard X, literally every single calculation I made, I just couldn't deal with it. I really struggled with the Megazard and the Lando T combination. Like, if they both come, they can really wreck through my team. Like, one counters one, but is weak to the other. This combination is just lethal, so really need to be keeping my eyes on the road, so to speak. I think the Lando T, Tapu Fini, Lucario, Cofagrigus, Ditto, and Megazard X. So there's no doubt in my mind the Lando T is coming this time. I know it didn't come last time, that really threw me off, but I really think it's coming this time, just because it can really start to tear new ones in my team. Tapu Fini just causes issues in general, and I think it's nice to have there. That's the only really special sweeper that he has from what I can see on there. So that's kind of that. So I have been more defensive this weekend, the physical defense rather than special defense. Lucario, again, can be physical or special. I'm not sure which variant he's going to bring, but we can see. I think we can deal with it either way. Delmise is... I don't think it's coming this week purely because we have Arcanine, and if I run Arcanine defensively, that thing's not really getting anything into us. Especially if I get an Intimidate off or a Will-O-Wisp, it's just kind of nullified completely. The only thing that would be good for it is Rapid Spin, but I think the defog will be on Tapu Fini, so we've got that. Heffnastyy, as I said, is incredibly bulky. I think it probably will come this week because I don't have any particular hard counters for it as such. Obviously, you can see Miss Me just there. We have Scizor that kind of does some things to it. I think Porygon 2 as well does a little bit to it as well. Ditto can come in. I expect it to be scarfed if it's there. That can cause a lot of issues just if it scarfs any of my Mons. Hopefully, I can get it in against, I don't know, Porygon 2, maybe even Arcanine, because Arcanine doesn't deal a heck of a lot to my team. But again, it's copying the defense, which I don't know how to really combat that. So the Ditto is kind of a, how do I combat this? Don't think the Zebstrika or Murkrow is coming. The Mega Charizard X just, literally, I couldn't really come up with many tactics. Would really love to bring an Arcanine on against this and get an Intimidate off. But I think that would have to be a sacking Arcanine because I'm pretty sure this is going to hold Earthquake. Just because Earthquake's there for the Koko and Arcanine. Like, there's nothing else I can really do about it. And yeah, that is kind of his team. I'm very scared, as you can probably tell. It's going to be quite a tough battle to do. Our first Mon this week for our team is Donphan. I thought, you know what, let's bring Donphan this week. Let's give it a go. Just purely because Donphan can combat the Lucario, can combat the Megazard, maybe even combat the Ditto if I kind of put it in the right situation, although I can't really deal with it as such. Heffnastyy, it can't really deal with other than Knockoff, but Knockoff will probably still get a little bit of a chunk and get rid of items. As I said, Lucario, Tapu Fini I don't really want to stand against. I did really consider bringing Seed Bomb, but then I was like, I don't think I'm really going to be living against Tapu Fini, and the Seed Bomb isn't going to take it out. So I wasn't really gonna, like, this thing is mostly here. Originally I wasn't going to bring it, but this is mostly here for the Mega Charizard. Coming in against the Mega Charizard, getting an Earthquake off, hopefully taking it out. If not, I can hopefully set up my Stealth Rocks earlier game, and when that Zard comes in, it's going to take 50%. Obviously, if we see the Fini do, what's the Fini do? Fini do a defog, then my next turn is going to be very much, oh, I need to get Donphan in, because I'm pretty sure the Zard is coming in. That's kind of my thoughts here. Yeah, so we've got Earthquake, Knockoff, Stealth Rock, and Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks, because I think they will be coming, even like Sticky Webs as well. Just get rid of those, because they can be incredibly annoying. Stealth Rocks, as I've just explained, are mostly there for the Zard, but getting chip damage on anything would be quite nice. Even getting that, I think it's 12% of Lando, would be quite nice. Knockoff to get rid of items, because I think there are going to be some annoying items in there. Not sure how the Lando is going to come. I could see it being Scarf, but I could also see it being defensive with leftovers. I don't see it being a Flyinium Z1. I don't think there's any warrant to that because I haven't brought Meganium before and I'm not bringing it now, so there wouldn't be any kind of constitution to that, I suppose. Is constitution the right word? It's really not. It's really not. But yeah, Earthquake just kind of deals a little bit of damage to everything else. We're trying not to get the mummy of Heffnastyy because I really would like to keep my sturdy. But obviously if I switch out and switch back in, that's fine. We have max HP and max attack. Well, 248 HP, max attack with an adamant nature, so more attack, less special attack, and 8 EVs and special defense. I just put those 8 EVs in there, just hopefully just gives me a little bit more edge on the special defensive side. Especially when it comes to like Heffnastyy, I would take any kind of point less than I would like. Rocky Helmet is on here for the Megazard, because the Megazard I'm pretty sure is probably going to go for a Flare Blitz or a Dragon Claw, and getting that Rocky Helmet damage on there will be kind of helpful, especially if it's Roost as well, because I think holding the Roost on there, just getting that 8th damage can really, really help. And that is it for the Donphan. Let's just go on here, blah, 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 there we go. Next up, we have Scizor, obviously on the Scizorites, with Scizorites and having Technician on Mega Evolution, Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Knockoff, and Defog. Now, I was like, do I really want Defog? And then I was like, yes, I do, just in case Donphan goes down early and we're seeing hazards being set up. I'm feeling cautious of hazards this week. There's probably not going to be any hazards at all, but I think I might have to Defog at some point, and I would rather have Scizor come in and Defog than have to bring in Donphan and Rapid Spin, and also with the Heffnastyy, having to defog is going to work, whereas Rapid Spin wouldn't work. So I think that trade-off there kind of was okay. Not bringing Bug Bite this week. I decided to bring Knockoff instead because of the ghost types. I thought Knockoff actually works better. Bug Bite only really works against the Azelf, whereas Knockoff works on the Delmise, it works on the Cofagrigus, and can get rid of items like on the Finny. I'm thinking there's probably going to be what's going to be on the Finny? I don't know. Like maybe the leftovers. Really need to be cautious of the Lucario because it could be. I can't think what its ability is. Justified. I think Justified is the ability where if it gets hit by a Dark type move, I'm not sure if it raises attack or speed. I think it raises attack. Off the top of my head, I can't quite think, so I do have to be cautious of that. Then we've got Bullet Punch, just because general Bullet Punch damage across the board can be quite handy here, especially if I feel like I'm going to go down next turn. Just getting a Bullet Punch on there will be kind of handy. Hopefully I can set up a Swords Dance or two and just start to kind of tear through with Bullet Punch, but I'm not as hopeful. I was very like, do I bring Sizzle, don't I bring Sizzle? But honestly, I didn't really have much else that I could have brought. I did consider bringing Toxapex, but then I thought the Lando T really just destroys the Toxapex, and the Megazard, if it has Earthquake, the same situation happens. So yeah, that is basically how the Scissors is going to work. We've got 248 in HP, the exact same EV split as Donphan. Not going to go over that again. We just want to try and get as much damage on things as possible. Hopefully, if we get a Swords Dance set up and we can start bullet punching after things have... Sorry, there's something on my desk. After some chip damage on things, I'm hoping that a Swords Dance Bullet Punch will hopefully knock out a few things. That is what I'm kind of hoping here. Also, just Bullet Punch in general will do little bits and bobs here and there. And then we have Miss Mages. Miss Mages, I think, is actually going to work really well this week. We're holding the choice specs again. I think that Miss Mages is actually going to come in real handy. Choice specs, Levitate. Levitate will stop the Earthquakes on the Lando T. It will stop Earthquake on the Mega Charizard. It'll stop the Lucario with fighting type attacks. It will stop with general normal type attacks, which will be happening. Then we've got Shadow Ball, Icy Wind, Thunderbolt, and Destiny Bond. So Shadow Ball will generally do a lot all around. We're going to hit Cofagrigus with that, and that is not going to really enjoy that. Icy Wind takes out the Lando T with the specs, assuming that it's not specially defensive, but I really, really doubt it's going to be special defensive. We've got Thunderbolt to hit the Finny, because the Finny can be also annoying. It hits the Araquanid as well. Doesn't take it out in one, though, but it does hit the Araquanid. We do dice the Araquanid, so I do have to be cautious of that. I'm just trying to think of the rest of my kind of plans. Shadow Ball can hit the Lucario okay. Hits the Azelf okay. And we're faster than everything, basically, except the Azelf, which can be kind of frustrating. I did a little bit of a fumble on my speed calcs, and I'll go over that in just a second. So we've got Lando T, Tapu Fini. Yeah, like generally I think that Miss Mages is going to come in handy here. I think if we get the Zard, I think we're doing about 60-something% to it with a Shadow Ball. So I really would like to see that come in. I would love to see the Ditto try and come in on a Shadow Ball. That would actually be brilliant, just because I would then take it out if it's Imposter, which assumably it will be. I doubt it will be Transform. If it is Transform, then Color Me Blind. Color Me Blind, that's not even the right phrase, but hey. Then we've got max special attack and max speed with a timid nature, so more speed and less special attack. This was to ensure that we outspeed the Charizard. And also, if the Azelf is anything other than Jolly or Timid, or like a speed increasing nature, then we can take that out in one hit, although it might be Focus Sash like last time, so I am a bit cautious of that. But I think this Magus is going to do a little bit of damage here and there. I really do want to see this thing do well, because I think this is a really good matchup for Heff's team. And then next up we have my boy, Arcanine. Arcanine, I'm hoping to kind of get a lot of switches in on this one with the Intimidates going on Charizard. Maybe if I can get like Arcanine in, switch out to something, sack it off, get Arcanine in again. That's really going to play games with the Charizard, especially if it's Dragon Dance, because I can then stop Dragon Dances from happening as such. We've got Crunch on here that can hopefully do a little bit of damage there as well. Getting a burn off from the Lando T would be huge. I think getting the burn off there and then getting something else in, it would just do so much damage. It will do so much less damage, sorry. We've got Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp, Intimidate. Will-O-Wisp Intimidate just basically pulls the attack and... pulls the attack of attacking mons down. If I can get on the Delmise even, Araquanid, I would like to see as well. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a tough one, but yes, I think that that should be okay. Then we've got Flare Blitz as our attacking move with a stab fire type. It does quite a bit of damage to the... I think it takes out the Lucario. It does a little bit of damage to Zar, but I think the Crunch does more. Does not much damage to Cofagrigus, actually. Not much damage to Cofagrigus. We've got Crunch there for the Cofagrigus as well. Even if it hits us with Mummy, it doesn't really matter because our Intimidate will already have popped. Azelf, Crunch can hit that as well. Got leftovers on this thing to heal ourselves up a little bit. I don't really want to see Finny, but if Finny is only Moonblast, if I can see its 4 attacks, which I doubt I will see, but if I can see... I'm expecting Calm Mind, Defog, Moonblast. I'm not sure if we'll see Surf. If we see Surf, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm impressed. But I don't believe they generally do hold Surf. But Surf might come in and hurt us a lot, which I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe even Scald. I can see Scald. I'm not sure if it learns Scald, but I can see Scald. I haven't actually done like really intense calcs on this one, just because I didn't really have time. We are defensive this week, so max special defense. No, not max special defense. Max defense and max HP with an impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs and attack just to do that a little bit more damage. I think Arcanine is going to come in hugely handy here. Obviously, I can get the Morning Sun off if I need to. I can get a Will-O-Wisp off if I need to. Flare Blitz and Crunch can really, really help as well. I think that Arcanine is going to be an MVP. I think Arcanine and Mismagius are going to be huge in this battle. I can definitely see some Earthquakes coming to the Arcanine and switching out into Mismagius. I think that that is going to be a huge, huge play that I might have to make. Also, I didn't talk about Mismagius, but we have Destiny Bond on it. We have Destiny Bond on it for the Zard. I am very, very aware of the Zard being a thing, and obviously, if it's Dragon Dance, I'm going to have to be very cautious. If it's not Dragon Dance, I'm going to be fine, but I really have a feeling it might be Dragon Dance. So I've got the hiccups. There we go. So yeah, Destiny Bond kind of will work a little bit of magic there. Hopefully if that takes out the Zard, I can free myself up pretty well to deal with the rest of the team. And next up we have Tapu Koko. Last time I really didn't want to bring Koko because of the Lando T, but I thought this time, you know what? I'm bringing it. I am 100% bringing it. We've got Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Roost, and U-Turn. Hidden Power Ice, I believe, knocks out if it's not defensive. If it is defensive, I think there's a... I don't think it quite knocks it out. I can't recall. I'm going to have to go over my calcs again before the match. I've got Life Orb on this thing, just to do that little bit extra damage. I find that Life Orb works really well on Koko. I've been finding it fine. Roost to heal ourselves up. I did consider running something like Steel Wing, but then I thought there's not really much worth having any Steel type moves. Thunderbolt is going to hit the Finny, hopefully. Hidden Power Ice to hit the Lando T. Thunderbolt does 50% on the Megazard. Obviously, if it's Earthquake, it's going to take us out. I think even Flare Blitz takes us out. But if it's like already hit down from a... I can't think what it's called. Hit down from the Stealth Rocks, down to 50% from just being normal Zard. If I can get the Koko in and Thunderbolt whilst it's roosting, then it's going to take it back down. And then I can Thunderbolt again and take it out because it does more than 50% each time. That's kind of another hope that I can possibly see. It does rely on it having Roost, so I do have to be kind of cautious there. But I think that if it's not Roost, we're definitely going to see a default just before it comes in. We have max special attack on this thing. We have 92 in defense, 28 in HP, and modest nature. This is like all over the place. I do apologize. Modest nature, so more special attack, less attack, because we are using our special attack this week. 28 in HP, 92 in defense, and 132 in speed ensures that we outspeed the Megazard. I really kind of regret doing this how I do it. So I literally about half an hour to an hour ago, I was like, oh, I could do this. And then I realized my speed wasn't anywhere near kind of what I needed for the Azelf. Literally, I needed 2 more points to be able to be modest rather than timid, which was kind of annoying, but I was just going to plan on, if the Azelf laid, I was going to U-turn straight away, get a lot of damage off on it, and then come in with Scizor, knock off, and hopefully take it out, because I think if it's sashed and if it knocks me off, like that's kind of what I'm trying to think there. So I do think I might have made a little bit of a blunder on my speed calcs here. I'm not sure that that is going to bite me in the bum. It probably will, but everything else is kind of slow. Lucario is going to probably be a bit of a pain, but Thunderbolt can do quite a bit of damage to it. Tapu Fini, I'm pretty sure goes down to 1 Thunderbolt. I do need to rerun that calc. I haven't run the calcs for Fini again. I don't know why, but I keep on forgetting to run the calcs for Fini. Hidden Power Ice there for the Lando T, and yeah, I think I've explained this one well enough. And we have our Porygon 2, which I think is actually going to come in clutch. I'm hoping not to see any Toxic. I don't know if anything would have Toxic. Maybe see Toxic on the Fini, but with Misty Terrain, I think having Toxic is a very, very kind of dangerous thing to have. I think the rest of the team, like, you might see on Kefagrigas, but I have a feeling we'd see Will-O-Wisp instead, just to try and stop my Scizor. I think that's going to be a thought process there. If the Ditto is Choice Scarfed and comes in for the Porygon 2, I don't mind that as much. We haven't really got any fighting type attacks this week, so I do have to be cautious of that. But I think we can come in and hopefully do something. Obviously, I'm aware that the Porygon... Actually, I don't want it to come in and do Porygon 2. I don't know what I want it to come in as. Probably Donphan, to be honest, I've got quite a lot of ice. So hopefully we'll get the Dittos coming on that. Kefagrigas, we hit with Shadow Ball. I think it's a 3-hit KO, and Kefagrigas isn't doing as much to us, so that's good. Lando T, we have Ice Beam there. I am running enough defense, so it's only doing about a third. I think it was like maybe 30 to 40%, or like somewhere around there. I think that was kind of the calcs. So I think I definitely could recover off the damage if that's what I'm saying. It's 2-hit KO with Ice Beam. Thunderbolt there for the Fini to do some damage there. Shadow Ball just for the Kefagrigas, the Delmise, the Azelf. The Thunderbolt hits the... No, I wasn't... What was I going to say? The Thunderbolt hits the Araquanid. That was what I was going to say. The Ice Beam hits Delmise, but so does Shadow Ball. And Ice Beam hits Murkrow. Zev Striker is an issue, but I think we could probably just Shadow Ball that. The Megazard, we don't really have anything for. I think Ice Beam did the most damage, so I'm probably going to be using that. So I am hopeful of what's going to be going on. We are download this week, so hopefully I'm going to get something that's less physical. Yes, less physical defense. I had a complete mind blunder there. You probably saw my eyes glaze over. Less physical defense, so then we get the download boost, and then I can just start going to town and recover up when I need to. I think that would be huge. Really probably thinking on coming in against the Fini, getting the Thunderbolts off, and really starting to rack up that damage. Lucario could be a massive issue for this Mon, but as I said, I've got Arcanine, I've got Donphan, even Mismagius, just to kind of deal with that. Even Coco somewhat, just as long as it's not really like... Well, no, actually, Coco's not a good idea because, you know, Steel-type moves. But yes, that is kind of my thoughts here. Let's talk a little bit about playoffs. So currently the standings are... I've made playoffs. I'm currently in 3rd place. If I win this match, I go into 2nd place and play Heff in the quarterfinals. If I lose this match, then Heff goes into 1st place, Playmaker goes into 2nd place, and I verse Playmaker in the quarterfinals. No chance of me versing Gold in the quarterfinals. I think that is the one thing that's guaranteed not to happen. So I've had to do a lot of thinking, and I have had to decide to do a forced loss. I'm going to force myself to lose. I'm not winning this match. My team just doesn't match up very well with Heff's. My side doesn't match up. His side matches up really well. But yeah, I just don't really match up very well to Heff on this kind of field. So I really would like to lose and versus Playmaker, and I really think that I am going to be able to do good stuff against Playmaker. Like, I have got a lot of secret tech in the back there as well, which you'll probably see in the next team builder. Assuming that I lose, I'm not going to just roll over. I'm not literally just going to let everything go down in a couple of hits. I am going to give it a go. I'm going to try not to win. I'm 100% trying not to win in this match, just so I can versus Playmaker. Just looking at this kind of statistics of it, because Heff will verse Gold, and Gold has won against Heff both times. So Heff will likely be eliminated in the quarterfinals. Gold will go through to the semis. If I can beat Playmaker, which I think there's a 60-40 chance currently with my secret tech, 60-40 chance, maybe a little bit higher than that actually. I feel pretty confident. So we can get into the semis, and as we've already defeated Gold twice, and I think that we'd be able to do it again. So we'll possibly even get into the finals, Ultra Sun versus the Ultra Moon division. So that is kind of my thought process. This is why I'm taking the Force loss now. Obviously, if I defeat Hef this week, I'll have to play Hef again next time. I think there is a bye week, so we won't be having anything next weekend, but we will be having other stuff, and the weekend after we'll be returning. Yeah, this is just going to be a little bit of a just because the Lando T and Megazard really just what's not good against one is good against the other. No. Hold on, wait, what? I can't think of how to phrase it. Like, what's not killed by the Lando T is killed by the Megazard, and what's not killed by the Megazard is killed by the Lando T. That is the best way I can phrase it. So, yeah, it's kind of a difficult one there. Just having those two mons. So I really would rather force myself to lose here. My team against Playmakers does have quite a kind of nice synergy that does work. I think that I have got more tactics as well. Obviously, we did win 2-0 last time. I've got some other bits and bobs. I don't want to go into detail just in case he's watching, so I don't really want to go into too much detail and let him know. But yes, I'm probably going to be losing this match. That's just foretelling to you. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm getting out of here, so have a good one, and I will see you soon.